Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing what Lazy Purple did, is how it feels to play different characters in TF2. First character we are going to be doing today is Spy. We're going to go to back because we're going to do from Spy to Scout, unlike Scout to Spy. So yeah, we're going to talk about the disadvantages, the weapons he has, and how good he is. Looks like we're loading into a different map, but yeah. I'm going to talk about disadvantages, what maps he's got different disadvantages on, all that. Another thing we're going to be talking about is my personal opinion on the character. I say this character is one of my favourite characters, or this character is one of the worst characters, like that. I explain why. Like it's like in schools they say, "Oh, write down why you think this answer." It's a bit stupid, but like that. So, like I say, we're going to start off with Spy. So yeah, Spy is an okay character. I don't play as him too much, but yeah, he's still a good character. I like him a lot just because it's just always funny to get the really funny, stupid backstabs on people. Like say, you backstab the medic, and then you backstab the heavy without him realizing you were the spy. Yeah, that's what I really like about the medic. Spy. I'm going to talk about the weapons now. One of the weapons I do use a lot is the Internal Reward. I think it's the Internal Reward, isn't it? Hang on, let's have a look. Is it in the Internal Reward? No, yeah, it's your Internal Reward. What you can do with this weapon is turn, like I say, normal talents and normal people, normal enemies. But the problem is when you turn into enemies, you lose your either cloak or anything really. But the thing is, I have a trick where I do it in here where you don't lose your cloak. It's quite a useful trick. Another thing about this weapon is when you backstab someone, you turn straight into them, which is pretty overpowered. But like I said, the disadvantage is it takes away all your cloak. The Zapper is pretty good. There are many different Zappers out there. One of my all-time favourite Zappers that I've used before, is the one that can rewind things back to level 1. It's a lot easier to take them out. It's quite funny as well. Yeah, it's pretty overpowered. There are different types, but I can't remember all of them. The pistols, there are different pistols. Like you got the Ambassador, not my all-time favorite, but still okay. You got the the Enforcer, which is okay. Less rounds, a little fun. Does more damage, but a little bit slower to shoot. Other than that, it's still quite a good gun. Thing about spies, you always got to get your backstab right, and you can never get it wrong. Never ever get it wrong. That's the thing about spies. You always got to test your strength. You got to test your stealthiness. It's like one of those games where you upgrade your stealthiness. Dang it! As you can see there, you just got to try and hide and dodge and weave in the corners. But as you see there, it didn't really work. But talking about the weapons, there are so many different ones that they in trains. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, there are so many different weapons out there. But I'm going to talk about the disadvantages and the advantages. The disadvantages is when you get noticed by any class, like I mean any class, you'll be taken out straight away, even by a medic. Another class. The advantages is like if you always go invisible and then appear on the back as their teammate, especially if it's a medic. It's just an easy kill. Such an easy kill. Yeah, I do enjoy playing Spy because it's just, like I said, satisfying to see someone get backstabbed. You know, it always is. You know, the great thing about being a Spy is like you can always get the medic and then let your team get the heavy or whoever their medic's healing. Because like you know, Spy or you can always be a support, like it says in the thing. Spy is a support character, not really an effect, which means both attack and defense characters. Which I'm more of an attacker with this guy instead of defensive, which is a bit odd, as some people may say, but that's okay for me. I don't know why that guy just stopped, but I got a free kill for doing that, so I'm fine with him doing that. Best trick to always be this guy is always be the medic, because people like say, "Oh, I need a medic, 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 medic," and they go, you backstab them. It's quite funny and quite powerful. Another trick about the spy is you just have to hide around in here and just wait for him to go past. That's a tactic. The only problem with the spy is when you bump into someone and they see you. There is a challenge where you have to bump into someone else to get a reward. I can't remember what the reward was. I think it was I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, there is a chance. So yeah, if you do get hurt or bump into anyone when you're in a cloak, you will get spotted straight away. There is another thing instead of a cloak. There is also a Fijian. If you don't know what that is, that's when you get hurt, but then you turn when you get hurt randomly and then you have it out, you fake your own death basically. That's the idea of it. The Fijian is a pretty odd weapon, if I do say so myself. But yeah, it still is pretty powerful. The good thing about another tip about him, you got to be really stealthy, like really, really, really stealthy. You always got dodge and weave. You got always tricks, steps. You got dodge and weave and dodge. Yeah, that's about the spy. Maps, he's good. He's basically good on any map, really, as long as it's not a far distant map from control points and that. He's fine. Disadvantage, like I said, there is a really big disadvantage with him. If you bump into someone, if you bump into an enemy, you lose. You go invisible for like 3 seconds, which is pretty annoying. Another thing about spy is when you go invisible as spy, with the internal reward, it drains a lot quicker, which is a bit annoying. The best thing to always do it as spy is work from the back of the group. Like, this is a big group, like a heavy, medic, scout, soldier. So work from the back. Like, let's say the soldier's in the back, you go for the soldier. Next in line is the scout, go for the scout. Next is the medic, go for the medic and leave the heavy on its own, so it's easy to take out. That's like a main idea of people what to do. There is another trick, I can't remember. My friend told me it. It was a pretty odd trick. I did question it, but apparently it does work. My friend loves playing as spy. He never answered me why, but he just said he loved backstabbing people. That's probably the only reason he ever mentioned though. But yeah, he still loves playing as spy. So yeah, he really does like playing as spy. It is one of his favourite characters in the world. It might be mine sooner or later. But yeah, spy. Thing I hate about spies is when you don't go. If you go for a backstab with a normal knife, or you just miss your stab, you lose the person you're disguised as, which I think is it's me sounding a bit stupid for me whining at that, but it is pretty dumb. Let's say you miss your backstab, and just because they move their back an inch, you're the next spot and taken up by 500 sentries. That's the only problem. Another thing that Spot's weak against, if you go for the engineer first and then go for sentry will take you out easily. So basically the plan is either have the internal reward or have the do the sentry first and then run away, and then when he breaks it, do it again just before he fixes it. Another tactic. But yeah, this is me talking about spy. I know it wasn't the longest video because I never really play as spy, but yeah, I like playing as spy because he's fun, but not too fun most of the time. Anyway, I'll see you guys next video, which will be sniper. Sniper is okay, but I'll talk about it anyway. So see you later, alligators.